Hello guys, today we are going to learn about the scamper technique. Now most of you would have the question like what is scamper technique and where it is used. So let's try to find out the answer, and the answer is it is a technique used to redesign or fresh design of any product. So by using this scamper technique we can work on the redesigning as well as the fresh designing of any product. Any product means any product, you just think of anything. So what does the meaning of scamper? So basically S belongs to substitute, C for combine, A for adapt, M for modify, magnify, minify, P for put to another use, E for eliminate, and the last one, that is R. R is for rearrange or reverse. So if you want to design any product, you can use the scamper technique for the redesigning. Now let's try to explore one by one this acronym, that is SCAMPER. Okay, so we'll start with the substitute part. And what is the meaning of substitute? We must try to substitute various elements in a product so that we can have a new flavor in that particular product. So while using this terminology substitute, we can have various questions like what materials or resources can you swap to improve the product? What other products or method could you use or substitute? What rules could you substitute? Then what will happen if you change your attitude towards the existing or proposed product? And the last one, that replace a thing or concept with anything else. So ultimately at the substitute step you have to think about the replacement, whether it's a resource, method, product, or anything associated with the product. Now let's move on to the next term, that is C for combine. Now while combining or while thinking about the combine, you must think about this question like what would happen if you combine this product another product to develop something new one. Then what if you combine the different objective or purposes? What could you combine to enhance the use of the product proposed product? Then how could you combine the available resources to create a new approach to the proposed product? And the last one, that like what can be combined, whether it's an idea, materials, or who is going to combine. So ultimately when we are at the combined stage, you have to think about the objectives, materials, idea, and ultimately the objective is to design a new product. Now comes to the third step, and that is the adapt, right? So while doing this or while on this step, you must ask this type of question, or you must discuss with your team like how could you adapt or readjust the product serve another product on another purpose or use. What else is like your product? Then what other context could you put your product into, right? What other products or ideas could you use for the inspiration, adjust to new purpose, reshape, or tune up? So basically if you are having the existing product, you have to think about the new purpose, it's a new reshape or tune up, right? You just think whether the new application be thought about it. Okay, now comes to the next step, that is M for modify, magnify, and minify. So ultimately when you are at the M step, okay, you must think about these questions, right? Change the color, you just try to change the color of the existing product, change the sound, motion, form, size, etc. Then try to make it larger, stronger, thicker, higher, longer. Then try to make it smaller, lighter, slower, less frequent, and reduce. See, ultimately what we are doing, we are just trying to modify, magnify, or minify the feature which are the existing, right? So ultimately if you are going to do this iteration, some change will occur. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. And what is that? How could you change the shape, look, or feel of your product? Ultimately you're talking about modify or magnification. Then what could you add to modify this product? Then what could you highlight to create more values? And the last one, what elements of the proposed product could you strengthen to create something new idea? Ultimately try to modify, ultimately try to magnify as well as minify to get the new product. Now let's jump on to the next step, and that is P, that is put to another use. So ultimately your product is there and now you're just trying to identify what other application or where I can use this product. Okay, so can you use the product somewhere else? This could be your question. Who else could use this product? How would this product behave differently in another setting or place? Could you recycle the waste from this product to make something new? And the last one, try to change when, where, new location, time, or how to use it elsewhere. See, the product is same. What you are doing, you are just changing the application. Simple. You can take the example from your clothes, right? Once the cloth is used by you, what your mother is doing with that cloth, right? She is using the same cloth at various location, right? Sometimes it's mopping cloth and sometimes it's a cleaning cloth, right? So the product is the existing one, now the use is changed, right? That is the ultimate meaning of put to another use. Now jump to the next step, and that is eliminate. So while thinking about the designing as well as redesigning of the product, you must think about the elimination. If you are thinking that yes, this additional feature is there, you can remove it, or if additional material is there, you just think about the elimination of the material. Now comes to see, while using this eliminate step, what process you can follow or what questions you can consider. So the questions are: try to identify which feature, which part, omit, simplify, or easily disposed of. Now comes to the next question: how could you streamline or simplify the proposed product, right? Then what could you tone down, right? How could you just reshape or eliminate the existing feature to make the product more better? And the last question what you can ask: how could you make it more convenient, faster, or more fun for the user? So by eliminating unnecessary features, you can redesign the product once again. Now come to the last step, and that is R. And R here belongs to rearrange or reverse. So while thinking about the redesigning as well as designing of the product, you can go ahead with this rearrange or reverse process, and you can ask this sort of question. And which question? And the first question is, what would happen if you rearrange or reverse the process? Just think with your team. What would happen if you try to do the exact opposite of what you are currently trying to do? Then what items, parts, components could you change to refine the order of the proposed product? Ultimately, what you are trying to do, you are having the same product, but you are just changing the sequence. Then how could you recognize the proposed product? So ultimately, here what you are doing by using the scamper technique, you are just doing the iterations in various way, right? That's why this tool is used in the brainstorming activity, as well as it is very much essential tool of the creativity. Okay, so this is it with our scamper technique. Thank you so much.